Let's go live, baby. Let's see when people are starting to show up. It's 6 o'clock. Let's see, once people are gonna join. So, oh, I just got a notification. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Not bad. Let's see. Somebody said, what's up? How's it going? Where are you guys from? What are you guys doing tonight on that Friday afternoon? So interesting stuff. So what else you guys got going on? Where are you guys tuning in from? Okay, you're doing good. I love it. I love that. Where are you guys from? Let's see. Florida? You guys are from Florida? Holy moly. So we're from Florida. Where from Florida are you? What kind of questions you guys got? What are you guys talking today about? What's interesting? What is going on? Hello, hello, hello. You are from Cape? What? I think this is probably typo or something, right? Or Cape. I don't know what that is. Oil prices up? Yeah. Oil prices are up. Wyoming, how's it going? So I'm from California. Somebody's from Cape Coral. Holy shit! People are like from all over. Is AI taking over the hospital? Did you watch my video today? Yeah. I think people, there's some really smart people in my comment section that were actually talking about exactly that. They were like saying that. Let me look at them. They said that a bunch of hotels are letting people go because people also do medical tourism. It's absolutely crazy that there's like medical tourism and that people saying like, hey, if I need something, I'll go to Mexico, I go to other places, and they just got as good as doctors as we do. Was in Las Vegas last month. You were in Las Vegas? How's it going? Yeah, how much does a 2-bedroom cost in Vegas? Let's look at it. So what are you looking for? 2-bedroom, 2-bath? What kind of town do you like being in? Let me look at that. Condo, house, what are you looking for? Because it's different. It's very different prices if you want like a condo or a house. I think a 2-bedroom in Vegas. Let me check. I'm gonna look at a house. Why not in Las Vegas? Yeah, if you're looking in Vegas, let me look at it. 2 bedrooms, 1.5 baths. Man, if you're gonna look at that, let's look at it. Hold on, here we go. Man, they start at about 360,000. You get a pretty decent one. I guess in how much? No, to cost. They're looking at cost. So you're looking at one of these. So let's look at it. So if you're looking at one of these places, it's not too bad. And Ali was actually right. It's like $2,000. It's not bad at all. Kind of outdated though a little bit, you know. These others you should always upgrade. You can get one without looking like it's from the 1960s for like a few $100s. And it just gives it the whole like new vibe. This looks like 1970s vibe. This is probably when it's built. Carpet everywhere. See, with like a few $1,000, you make the whole thing look like way nicer. So I'm always like, oh my goodness, why do people do that? So let's see. Yeah, 1990 exactly. So it's like, it's crazy. His unemployment rate is 7 in the IT field. Yeah, you know, like yo, Marco Polo, what's up? Haven't seen you in a while. Haven't been doing these lives lately. Unemployment rate is 7% in the IT field. You know, I think it's actually more than 7%. It is just people give up, people then take other jobs to kind of get by, and then they just hang out and do their jobs, and Yeah, that's what they do. It's like what I was talking in my video today. You gotta start networking and doing stuff so you're never like unemployed. You gotta keep your network warm at any given time. It is like you're constantly dating. Uh, super guy. So yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And so yeah, hanging in there, hanging in there. So what else is going on? Yeah, no, I think the unemployment rate must be way, way higher than 7%. Because we just in the US, you just kind of um, what does that mean? Please sub. Yeah, yeah. So Jesus loves you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, I believe that. I believe that. And so when you're looking at unemployment, it's always funny because they say, "Oh, you got to have a job," but people take bridge jobs. They take other jobs. My channel? What is your channel about? You know, just subscribing to a channel that you're not going to watch is going to hurt you in the long run. So if I subscribe to your channel and you pop up on my For You page and I'm not interested, then it's going to really hurt you in the long run because then your click-through rate is going to be higher and YouTube doesn't know your audience. So don't ever ask people to subscribe to your channel that aren't really interested. So only subscribe to people that are truly, truly interested in your channel. So that way you get a higher click-through rate, your channel's going to go bigger. Um, let me see. I watch like only like information stuff on YouTube. So what's your channel name? MLB PRODZ. Is that your? There's like a few of them. Is that like baseball? Is that baseball? What you're doing? M MLB edits. Okay, MLB. Yeah. See, I'm not that much. Let's see, channels. How do I do that? Hold on. I can't even. Hold on, let me do that. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Okay. So yeah, okay. Super guy. Okay, hold on. Yes, baseball. Yeah. I already did. This world can burn, it's consumed and developed by a black hole. I don't know. I don't know, but there's probably some people that would say that. That's like astrophysics, and I have no idea. MLB edits. Yeah, I saw your channel, but no, I don't actually. I seen MLB edits, but your SEO isn't that strong. So MLB, I saw your MLB PRODZ. Okay, here we go. You got seven. So how many channels do you got? You got like MLB. You got like 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you have 4 channels? Which one is your channel? Like this one, this one, this one, this one, this one? Let me know. Let me know. Yeah, baseball. Yeah. What's my favorite team in baseball? You know, I'm not that into baseball. So I used to watch soccer, but even that it's just super hard for me to keep tabs. But I'll show you. Let me see if I still got my jersey. So let me show you my jersey that I still got. If I still have it. Here we go. Just found it. Oops, almost lost my phone. No, 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 no. Miami, baby. Miami. I used to live there, and that's where. So I bought that shirt when the Marlins had when they won, because this guy came in and bought like everything. He bought like all the best players, so it's super old. Haven't really worn it. So, will this war affect the economy? Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about the Palestinian war, or are you talking about the Iran, the Ukrainian wars? There's so many going on. It's crazy. It is just there's more war. Let me see. How many wars are there right now? I think there's something like 45 armed conflicts. Yeah. Yeah. Europe, Africa. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's just crazy. These will it affect the economy? You mean ours? I think defense spending, military contractors might make some. Yeah, Miami Marlins, nice. Yeah, yeah. So appreciate your walk and talk. Realistic takes on the economy. Well researched. Thank you so much. Hey, thank you. I really appreciate that, Jen. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Yeah, I try to like give I give like the perspective of what I see from job search people, from what I do in my business to keep it afloat, and I see like how the whole movement of AI and everything's kind of moving along because if small businesses don't adapt, it's going to be really hard for them to stay afloat. And big businesses also have to adapt, and that's why you see all these crazy layoffs happening. And once you see all these crazy layoffs come to like fruition, then it's just gonna be like, hey, you gotta think like, what are you gonna do next? What are you gonna do next? Very refreshing. Yeah, thanks. I try not to like be biased because I don't have no real skin in the game. Like I don't have any. I just want people to do good because then eventually my area is going to do good and the US is going to do good. So I'm just telling people to like, hey, you got to protect your money, you got to protect your wealth and make sure that you don't get into stuff that you don't know nothing about. And what I'm also trying to do with my YouTube channel is like, hey, nobody is really like protected from layoffs. Even if you work for the federal government, you do a whole bunch of stuff, there's no protection. There's no like insurance policy that you can just take out and say, oh, I'm never going to get it laid off. So when I make my content, I'm always trying to say like, hey, make sure that you've installed like that you purchase insurance today. That's like in form of networking, going to conferences, kind of keeping up with technology. So when they do hand you the pink slip, and it's not always that you're gonna have to be like it's your fault. It can just be that they're saying, you know what, your department is done. We're gonna close your department down. And then even if you're the best employee, you're the best like you produce all the revenue, you can be the best salesperson. They just have to close it, and so that's nothing on you. But then at least you got like a safety net where you're like, man, thank God I've been okay, thank God I've been researching. Thank God I know all these new tools, and so it's easier for me to kind of navigate that and move to the next level. Because for sometimes it's hard for people to understand the business side of things, and so when I make my content, because I've been on both sides, because I also own my own business. I hire people and I fire people, and so there's always that like dynamics where it's like, hey, you still got to tell everybody like, hey, you're doing good, you're doing that, but then at the end of the day, you gotta say, hey, we're gonna let you go. Just like employees will say, no, no, I love it at your company, thank you so much, but they're looking somewhere else. Layoffs all over. Yep, yep, yep. And so that's why you got to be like, that's why I got to go out, network, and like do things and make sure that, hey, I'm not leveraging, because this what came to a lot of Americans thought that the COVID money is never going to run out. And they were making this much money for a very long time. All of a sudden, they make this much money, and they took this much money as the standard, and then they refinanced and they got new cars based off of this, not off of this. And so now they're seeing that, oh, living up here costs me way more, and I don't have the capabilities or my skills aren't this high to support that lifestyle during COVID. And it's slow rolling because you can get forbearance, you can put stuff on credit cards, and all this other stuff is just way takes a long time um to actually like realize. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting because whenever people say, "Oh, this isn't positive content," oh yeah, it is. If you have money stacked in the bank and you're gonna make some investment, it's gonna be very, very favorable to you. But these people that say, "Oh, this isn't great content," those are probably the people that refinanced everything when they were making this much money, but in reality they only could have afforded this. So yeah, because it's so hard in the US to fall into these marketing traps and go out and buy a Mercedes and buy all kinds of stuff. And it's hard because everybody wants to be successful. They want to buy BMW. Yeah, because it's like they want to buy BMWs, they want to drive the nicer cars, and then all of a sudden, yeah, they end up in debt, and then it's gonna be trouble. Yeah, it's like you gotta always like see what is my lifestyle, what do I want to achieve, and then kind of back engineer it. And there's so many people that get like mad because they couldn't do it. And it's like, no, you don't need to get mad because you couldn't do it. Your plan just failed and you didn't realize it and you didn't get up and try it another 10 times till it actually works. Because everybody fails. So look at my 2012 Jetta that I bought in 2014. Make triple the salary now. Congratulations. Yeah, that's how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. You do that, and if your jet is still right, you just keep doing it. Because if you're not, because there's people that like me, I like kind of cars, but I have a budget of I don't drive more than like $60,000 worth of cars. So it's like, yeah, could I afford a way nicer one? I could, but it's not worth the money, it's not worth the time. It's really not. And so hey, music to relax. Hey, all the cars end up in the junkyard also because it's the exact same thing. Yeah. And see, sometimes I feel like when people want these really nice cars, it's just for them to then either leverage themselves, be more successful. Because when you look at these influencers online, they say, I've made 4 times more money when I bought a Lamborghini. So then, because then they show off, then they use that as marketing. And when you use that as marketing, I always feel like that's kind of cheesy. When you try to use your Lamborghini to sell courses, to sell stuff, it's just like, why? Make your product speak for yourself and you'd be good. All startups end up in failure. Hard to decide. Yeah, yeah. I own a startup. I hope it doesn't fail. So, but hey, the numbers are against you. But that's what entrepreneurs do. They fail your way into success. 1998 F-150 paid in cash, October 9. You know that truck. Keep that as long as you can because they don't build them like that no more. And if you've bought it back then, brand new, man, all you gotta do is keep the AC going. And if you live in a southern state, and yeah, hi, how's it going? Boeing planes suck. That is absolutely crazy. So I watched some people online give some commentary on it, and it is just something. They're not saying if it's Boeing, I ain't going. So yeah, yes, in Oil, Florida. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, it's always because Boeing's also a federal contractor, so it's like this endless cycle of Boeing gives money to the government gives Boeing contracts, and so they never let Boeing die. And robots coming for us all. Uncertainty sucks. No retirement. You have no retirement? Why don't you have any retirement? Music to relax. Why do you have no retirement? Let's come with a plan. What do you do? Mary, I appreciate you. You've been one of my day ones. Day ones. 26 a month insurance on F-150. Yeah. Yeah. Just make sure that they don't total it out when something happens. Depends where you live. If you live in Florida, holy moly. I think out of from 3 accidents, 2 are uninsured motorists. So it's not going to be good. Not going to be good. You gotta do the right thing. Yeah, Mary, I appreciate you so much. You've been one of my listeners since like day one. Hey, how's it going? That is now form of monthly salary. Yeah, it's crazy. That is a new form of monthly salary. Yeah, they're doing all kinds of stuff. It's like there's so many ways of looking at money and how to kind of creatively do stuff. There's no right or wrong at the end of the day because nobody knows your life better than you do. And that's what these people like going into car dealerships say, oh, you can just, I'm not going to tell them not to buy it. They know their finances better than I do. People that I know include a family that were worth multiple millions and were all clothes and older vehicles. Phoenix American didn't wish me a Merry Christmas in the past one. Hurt my feelings. Yeah, that happens. You know, you got to talk to them. Yeah, see, like you learn from like really rich people what really matters in life. For some people, they say, "Oh, I don't need." Some people have hobbies, you know, like it's like if you have cars, you like driving fancy cars because that's just what you like doing. You should do it. I have pipe alarm, with geo tracking startup. It was $800 alarm. Did not. Okay. Truck payments more than 8 ton. I can't afford to lose. Yeah, yeah. You know these payments. Yeah, people don't show their wealth. Yeah, those are the true rich people. People that don't need to show their wealth, those are the truly, truly wealthy people. But see, wealth for me is not in form of money. Money is just numbers and ones and zeros. What's true wealth is you can take your family, you have good health, and if you have good health, you can achieve anything. You can literally wake up tomorrow and change your life to do anything. You can read books, you can do anything. But if you have no health, if you're starting to have pain and everything else, not good. Rich get richer and poor getting worse. Yeah, that's why you want to get out of the middle class. So people in the middle class are always the ones that are going to get hit. So there's two places to be in the United States, and even Ali said that. There's two places to be that's really comfortable. Either you have absolutely nothing, and then the state will and the federal government will just give you money, or you're really, really wealthy, and then you don't have to worry about nothing. Amen. Wealth is not only money. No, because I feel like wealth, if you're in yeah, you did say that, Ali. So and I feel like if you're an asshole and you're rich, you're just a rich asshole. But if you have good friends, you got a good job, and you have family that loves you, that it's way, 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 way more worth more than any money in the world can buy. Guy who was really my dad invented the very important part for Harley Davidson. And I only found out by accident. Most people, sweet. Yeah, I've known that. Got it out. Was it 8 years ago? Took forever, but now I need nothing. Wish figured out later. Yeah, yeah. See, if you can do that, if a lot of people in my comment section always say, yeah, I quit the rat race. I just kind of do my thing, and I find other enjoyments in life. Because people say, "Oh, life is so short," and I would say life is long if you got the right, if you get experiences. But if you just go, you wake up, you go to work, and you live for the weekend, then life is so short. How do you feel about the ICE situation? How feel about the ICE situation? So it's interesting to me because I feel like there's so much. So I came to the United States legally. Like I immigrated 8 years ago. So I feel like people need to do it the legal way because if people can just come here and not do it the right way, that would be fair for anybody else that came here legally, right? Um, yeah, big protesting tomorrow all over the military parade on Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, yeah, I can't stand braggers. Drive a yeah, yeah, me neither. I don't like braggers. That was never my thing, and I absolutely don't like it. It's a crime to be undocumented. It's unclear about it. Yeah, yeah. So see, so I actually looked at this law person. I looked at this law, and if you so most people come here legally, then they overstay their visa. So they come and they have like a work off, they go to green card, they get, or not even a green card, they come here, they get a student visa, and then they just don't leave. And so then, yeah, and so then they have the federal government kind of looking after them. Seek peace and not things. Yeah, yeah. I think life is all about what you make of it. How the politics situation in Europe with all the migrants, that destroyed Europe. It's so costly. And so in Switzerland, when I left Switzerland, I worked so I did HVAC installs, and I did that for police stations and prisons and the city basically. So the city and the state were basically, we got a contract with them, and so yeah, and these people didn't want to live the European lifestyle. They were not accustomed to it. So in other words, where they from their culture, they were like butchering cows, they were butchering goats in their backyard. That's just where they came from. And then they came to Europe, and then they didn't know or weren't properly integrated. And so then these people were butchering goats on their patios. And so when you do that, then because it's so small, because Europe and Switzerland is so small, then it just starts smelling. You have flies and you have everything else because they were not accustomed to that. Because when you do that in another country and you have these big fields and everything else, then it's not an issue. So these people were not integrated. And so then it costed them so much money to integration and trying to adapt their culture. And then these people have to then adapt your culture in order to actually have like a good life with everybody. So it's kind of commingle and not just live by themselves. Joey, one of my channel members, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm gonna make some videos over the weekend for my channel members. I might try to Europe. I might try to go to Europe. Yeah. You can right now, because of tariffs and everything, you can go to Europe super cheap. Their flights are like on sale. Life is about living the best. Yeah, you live in the moment, cook on a grill, ride bike, go hiking. Yeah, happy life. The tariffs are going to kick our butts. You know, I don't know. I don't know because tariffs are something that they use as negotiation tool. You know, they say and then right before it hits, they move it around, they do stuff. Because if you hike one product so much, like let's say tires, you hike tires by so much money, then they're gonna find other ways, and the whole idea of businesses is kind of risk evasion. So there's always gonna be different ways and how to do it, and so yeah, I don't think that they're gonna kick our butts that much. Europe is expensive to live. Can be. Switzerland really expensive, but you make more. You make more. So I think it's all relative. It's all relative. If you can make a Swiss living in Thailand, you live like the Thai king. Just like if you can live off of a six-figure salary in the United States and you live in Thailand, oh man, you'd be having servers, butlers, you'd be having home cooked. You never have to do any dishes. You just leave your cup right here and they'll come and clean it up. And did you share about John Deere's farmers finding they can? Yeah. Yeah. Did you share about the John Deere farmers? Yeah, it's crazy. It's so crazy that these, John Deere people, they alienated their true like farmers and their true like their tribal community and put stuff to Mexico. And now people are saying, now I can just buy something else. And then all of a sudden you lose your core market and then the branch is going down the tube. I hide my financial position from my child Shapiro cosmetic war in 1990. That still runs perfect the situation with people getting more. That's by the day calls for it. Yeah. Hi from Canada. Where from Canada are you? Where from Canada are you? It's getting really annoying. What's getting really annoying? Is Joey still here? So one of my channel members. I appreciate you. Montreal, nice. Haven't been, but I gotta go. I gotta go and check it out once. Montreal, yeah. In Quebec. Yeah, no, I haven't been. Well, I flew into that airport, but I've never done it. Before from Magnum. I know your house. Good. Good. I'm waiting. You speak French? Mais oui, je parle français. J'ai oublié. J'ai oublié beaucoup de mots. You skipped my comment directly above. Yeah, it goes kind of quick. What was that was about getting annoying. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah. Somebody's like, I come and find you. Yeah. You wouldn't. I've Oh yeah, I don't see the comment anywhere above. Sometimes also YouTube kind of takes the comments down if they think something's not right. But yeah. Instead of watching and listening and better themselves, they say dumb stuff. What is this, by the way, Rico? You're going to start an index 500 and your kid being born? I got to look into that. So I don't know what I'm gonna be doing because I gotta see because compound interest really works in their favor. So I'm also so technically yes, no, maybe because I also own property. My family owns property. So yeah, I don't know yet. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. It is a channel that brings financial news into real estate and the economy. I appreciate you, Joey. I really appreciate that. Yeah, thanks. I hate France. Why do you hate France? I don't hate anybody. Why do you hate France? I live there. It's. Have you ever been, or you just say that? Happy early Father's Day. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. No, France is a gorgeous place. It has gorgeous cuisine, has gorgeous people. But like they say, there's always the stigma, and then people say, "Oh, I don't like this because there was something that happened." It's like you can't generalize like that. You just can't. You can't generalize. That's what a lot of people catch up. They generalize. They say stuff, and then it's like, "Oh my gosh." Yeah. Yeah. Happy early Father's Day. Yeah. Yeah. No, I gotta read like my glasses are just. I can't read the comments without. Mining company coming up in Idaho soon. Gonna go public. Buy it. What kind of mining company? What kind of mining company? Because you know, yeah, that's when I walk and I read my when I walk, I have my phone like right here, and then depending on how the glare is, and I need it bigger because of my glasses, then I have to like scroll and do stuff, and so it looks like I can't read, but you know, yeah, so it's crazy. So, and the funniest thing is, whenever I go to get my prescription redone, I always ask the person that's there, like, "Hey, should I do LASIK?" Right? I ask the optometrist, "Hey, should I do LASIK?" Then they're like, "Yeah." And then I say, "Why do you have glasses too, and why don't you do it?" And it's funny. It's just like, yeah, no. You live in France? No, I used to live in France. I lived in Lyon. For a few months, where I tried to figure myself out in my early 20s. I didn't know what I was going to do. So I left the Swiss military and I worked a little bit in Switzerland. And then I said there must be greater things than just working in Switzerland. And so I then said out and I moved to France for a little while. And then after France, I moved to the United States. I moved to Florida. I lived in Orlando for a little while, and then after that, I met Ali and fell in love, and now I'm here permanently. It wasn't my plan because my plan was going to be after Orlando, I was going to go to Australia to my uncle. It's always so high. Gosh, I wish. Bad Bandit, I wish. Buy and hold isn't going toward the next 14 years. Yeah, buy and hold. It worked for so many people. But yeah, should put a ring on it. It's a lovely story. Yeah, thanks. Just kind of like my life thing, what I've what I've done. So yeah, yeah, that's kind of where my little story that try, and that's what I tell people. Like you should go and explore the world. You should go and see. Hey, where's you should go and see the world, see how other places do it. Because people say, "Oh, the U.S. is so bad," and then I'm like, "Yeah, it has pros and cons. Go live in Mexico. Go live in Thailand. Go live in Canada for a little bit and see. Go to a university. Go a semester abroad and see it." Why is LASIK bad? I don't know. I don't think it's bad. I just the optometrists that I've been to never. They always say, "Yeah, you should do it," but then they're still wearing glasses. So,
You don't like people touching your eyes.
and I do not like people touching my eyes. No, I literally freak out. Catch up. You're late at 25%. I'll tell you soon. I agree. Atrium Star Drive. Do you work at Walmart, Subway up my street? I do work at the Walmart on Subway up your street. Yeah, you should come visit me. I'll give you a discount. Oh, swing traders. Yeah, I'm going to visit Nova Scotia with my husband this summer. Never visited. Yeah. Enjoy it. Money follows the government contracts. It sure does. Money follows government contracts. Yup, yup, yup. I got LASIK done and my vision is perfect. Yeah, yeah. Um, when did you do that? Because I feel like there's one downside of it. What's the downside? Yeah, I just don't know. I only need it in my left eye though, so I only need it in this eye. Dry eyes, ooh. Because so whenever I went, they said I would only need it in this one. Then this one, I don't. You're Swiss. You're absolutely right. What contrast do you notice when visiting your country of origin? What contract? Contract. What do you mean when you visit your country? You can do it too. Nancy can do it. Yeah, yeah. You use your eye drops for the rest of your life. Oh, you're gonna use the eye drops for the rest of your life. Oh man, I hate putting stuff in my eyes. I don't know if I have my other glasses here, but it's like this thick on one side. So, difference with the U.S. culture, Swiss culture. Swiss culture. How do I describe Swiss culture? Let me see what the difference between
Don't look it up, just tell people.
a different.
You know,
Yeah.
serious detail oriented.
Difference between no, let me look it up with that what Google thinks. Difference between Swiss and US asks difference between Swiss and US cheese culture. So let's see what's the difference is. Okay, Swiss culture emphasizes directness, punctuality, and efficiency. True that I would say 100%. While American culture values more informal communication, personal space, and individual achievements. Yeah, yeah. Individualism has a strong sense of community and social responsibility, value, honesty, integrity, all aspects of life. Yeah, if you're late in Switzerland, you are not the person to be Swiss. Swiss is like punctuality. They do also offers work-life balance, holidays, parental leave, shorter working hours compared to the US. So one key thing is like Switzerland is like really like you don't do anything besides work. So like taking calls or during work hours, private stuff, running errands. That's an American thing. In Switzerland, that'd be a no-go. People like do not talk to their spouses or to their friends during working hours. That's just not really a thing. You just work as like crazy amounts and then be like, okay, that's kind of it. So yeah, and yeah, Switzerland is personal, often transaction. Yeah, in Switzerland, personal interactions are often transactional, and small talk with strangers is not common. You're absolutely right. Sundays are often day for family, nature, relaxing, and many businesses are closed. Yep. Gun ownership and gun culture are very different in the two countries. Yeah, Switzerland has lower taxes but expensive childcare. Yeah. My boss got to visit Switzerland because our company was bidding on a project down there that didn't accept our offer. Yeah, it's really hard. Sounds I fit in Switzerland work culture. I think you would really fit into Swiss world culture. Yeah, people ask me how do I find it, and they're always looking for science. They're looking for people that bring value to Switzerland. And it's funny. So when I did the immigration test in the U.S., they didn't really ask me anything about integration, like how to integrate into the United States. They just asked me knowledge-based questions. In Switzerland, they ask you more culture-based questions. So when you're going to become Swiss, they ask you what culture, because they're really big on culture. So Swiss traditions, so Swiss exam, they ask you, yeah, how to become like Swiss exam questions. So they ask you questions. So let's see. Yeah, question naturalized the test. It's different. Um, they don't ask you just language questions. They ask you they ask you different questions of like, hey, what do Swiss people like to eat? What do Swiss people like to do? Do you have friends? Do you have like? It's almost like getting a security clearance where they say, hey, do you have people that you integrated to? It struck me visited Zurich. That's where I lived. That compared to the Swiss were extremely uptight. Yeah, Protestants yeah, that's exactly how it is. Yeah, yeah. What are your thoughts on people who play video games? I like it. I used to play video games. I I used to play video games all the time. But now it's different. Now it's all paid to play. I used to like you used to buy video games and then that was it. Now they offer you free video games and then you buy in the games. And now it's like a pay to play, and the better you are, the more you've spent because they'll stall you. They give you like, oh, let's start liking the game, and then it's like all if you want to progress, you got to spend money. And so I just kind of got tired of it. Really love your question. Thanks. Some people are addicted. I'm just enjoy to relax. Yeah, yeah. I just don't like the. I feel like they should just give you the game once you pay for it. But everything is now subscription based. They all do that kind of stuff. So it's like you gotta do it. What are you playing? Because what did I play? I played like Gears of War. I had an Xbox. So I played like Gears of War. But yeah, I'm kind of waiting for GTA 6 to come out. I've always played GTA. Play Kingdoms Come 2 or Elder Scroll. Oh, yeah, not play, not pay to play. Yeah, living. Oh, let me see. What kind of game is that? I'm just not. Oh, oh, that's a pretty cool game. Yeah, those are like games where you just kind of sit on the computer, I think, and you just kind of do that. So whenever I play against other people, I would just then either just buy the best character or like find a way how you can like with player up or something, just buy one and then play for a month and then kind of be over it. As acting Senate President Pro Tim Horn, I'm currently drafting bipartisan support for the Second Amendment right. Sleep tight. Thanks. I try to sleep tight. I only pay RPG. Yeah. 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 Role playing. Yeah. Role playing is nice. Role playing is like do you buy do you like buy stuff? Because I always feel like these role playing games they always like just stall you. They always like they let you get so good and then it's like you gotta pay. And the better advanced you want to be, the more you gotta pay. Reading especially online multiplayer are recession proof at this point. Yep, yep. If you got one that people are just hooked, yeah. If you can get kids addicted to them, they will get their parents to just buy them. Yeah. If all expenses were paid, is there a city other than Las Vegas that you and Ali would prefer? Where would we live, honey bunny?
If all expenses were paid,
So I told Ali I'd move back to San Jose, California. I'd move back to San Jose.
maybe on Lake Tahoe.
Ali's keep talking about Lake Tahoe, so that's where we're gonna be going next. She's like Lake Tahoe, Lake Tahoe. So for me, the Bay Area, Silicon Valley, just has an appeal to it. I don't know. I like the people. I just yeah, or LA. I just I feel like there's so many opportunities in those cities that it's just crazy. I feel like for me it's too distracting because there's so many opportunities that I would pursue. So yeah, I feel like if you're in the US, it's like, man, there's so many opportunities. So when people say like, "Oh, I can't do nothing, I can't do nothing," I'm like, do you go outside or you just inside? Because if you go outside, there's people that are like, let's hire, let's do things, let's get things going. Trust and Reno suburbs are more affordable than Lake Tahoe. Yeah, yeah. Reno is, yeah. Oh, this guy always. I wish, buddy. I wish. Yeah. Message. Yeah, everyone goes outside. Yeah, AI industry is so hot. Makes Bay Area are so attractive. Yeah, that's why the prices of houses just go up. Are you saying really loud? This is German. Is that a German speech? Probably. I lispel, so yeah, so that's something that I grew up with, that I struggled. USA is a huge, so much more than to do. Yeah, I know. It's like I always feel like when people tell me like, "Oh, there's no opportunities." There's opportunities on every corner. You just need to know which one to take and which one not to take. And you can, if you're like an installer, like HVAC installer, you can do that on the side, and you can make some money. You can do, yeah, if you're a car mechanic, you can offer your services to other people. It's like amazing. It is like absolutely crazy how many opportunities there are. Well, to be fluent in a second language and culture, amazing. Yeah, I also speak French and yes, German. Yeah, yeah, and then Swiss German. So yeah, thanks. I'm a speech therapist. Your case is completely fixable. Kind of wild how you haven't even tried. Haven't tried what?
I think it's time to go then.
You ready?
Yeah.
People generally grunt. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Back up. Look at that. Look at Jen protecting me. I love it. Look. I just
Why is
had
Jen
Jen-
yelling?
She's like, no, because somebody said this is a speech thing. It's like that is it. Okay. Oh gosh, I love you guys. I have like the best people in my chats always. Trade my plumbing, electrician, unlimited jobs. Yep. Designing skyscrapers is a bit weird. AI will take over. I'm waiting for AI to replace DMV workers. That's gonna be like my new thing. Allie looking lovely. Did you see somebody say you're looking lovely?
Thank you.
Yeah. Wait till AI does the DMV. All of a sudden, we're gonna be so efficient. We're just gonna, yeah. Oh, look at Tara. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning into my live. Puppy, yeah. Hi, Allie. Look, girl, like Allie. So I appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Shoot me an email if you have questions, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time that I tune in. Rico, watch your videos sometimes. You do a nice job with. Oh, yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Ciao.